All right, so we back. We got another tutorial here that I finished up for you guys. Let's see what we got going on. This one I think I either sent this to first class or we were going to work on it together. I can't remember. This is probably just one of the ones that we just didn't end up finishing, and I just went ahead and finished this one. We had linked up not too long ago and had knocked out a couple of different collabs, so you might see those pop up or something every now and then. But let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we just start off with the main melody, something that we're just kind of throwing in there to see how it's all going to sound. Kind of get started. Use the art. So let's see what we got. So with this particular sound, it's kind of like a bubbly type of hyper pop type of sound. It's kind of what this beat actually kind of reminds me of. I named this beat Slimy Licks. The reason I named it that was because it kind of reminds me of like a Slime Dollaz type beat or something like that. Kind of like it sounds like a weird, goofy type of beat that you can rap some trap shit to. It kind of reminds me of what's that game? Legend of Zelda. For whatever reason, the melodies all remind me of Legend of Zelda, like an adventure game type deal, or maybe like Pokemon music when you're walking around. Especially one particular sound, it's that lead. It really sounds like a video game type of feel to it. But we're gonna hop back into it. This is called Slimy Licks. So this is the first sound. This is an art that I created. Well, I didn't create, but I used to create the melody. So that's the first melody. Just a ambient RP type of sound with some reverb, delay, some other effects and stuff. But just making it sound ambient and weird and kind of just trippy is always the style I go for. But the next sound is a pad, so I throw this pad in as a background type of deal to kind of layer the sound to kind of make it give it a different levels, so it doesn't sound just so dry and so bland. So this is a background melody that I use. I use this pad a lot. It's one of my favorite pads. I like this one quite a bit. So just a nice light background to kind of switch things up. It kind of reminds me of like you floating in clouds or walking on cotton candy or something. I don't know. Like I don't know why these analogies are coming in my head, but like that's just kind of what I envision and what I think of when I hear some of the sounds and the melodies and the things that I pick out from my particular beats. It just sounds kind of weird and just ambient. I think it's the coolest sound to be honest with you. Like I don't know. So that's the pad that I went and used. So we're gonna go to the next sound. This is that sound that I was telling you about. This one here, that kind of really gives it that Legend of Zelda vibe, that video game, like walking around. Like all I can think of when I hear this sound come in is like playing what's that thing I used to have before the Nintendo or before the Game Boy SP. It's like a regular Game Boy, the little square block looking one. It reminds me of playing games like that, like Dragon Ball Z on my Game Boy at my grandparents or something like that. That's just what this sound reminds me of. So that's the little weird type of sound that really gives it that video game vibe, in my opinion. If you notice here, like I'm missing some spaces here, like how I always do, where I have kind of melodies layered on top of each other, where some plays and some doesn't play. Well, if you notice here, I don't have anything starting off in the beginning of my melody. I know when I first started making beats, for whatever reason, like I could not get the thought out of my head that all the beats have, like every melody has to start on the channel lineup, like right here on the edge of the channel lineup. For whatever reason, I just for my first few beats, I couldn't get past that thought that your beats don't have to be so set out and meticulous, like it has to be a certain way. It doesn't matter how you do it, how you make your beats, how you make your sounds, how you lay them out. None of that matters. However you do it, however is the easiest way, the best way for you to do it that you see fit, go about it that way, because it does not matter. What matters is the quality of the beat, and then what ends up coming out of that beat that you make. Does it make a song? Does it get placed? Do you use it for other placements, or is it something that you can use as a teaching purpose, as a teaching tool, kind of like what I'm doing with you guys? So it does not matter how you make your beats, how you lay them out, how you structure them so much, just how they sound. So when I'm playing the beat and I'm playing it for an artist, as long as it's got an intro, hook, verse, it doesn't matter how you make it all set up. As long as it's got that intro, hook, verse, hook, and then maybe a second verse or outro, however you lay it out, it does not matter. As long as it is an organized, concise song, everything that you all put together, it doesn't matter the sounds, how you're using the sounds, the way you use them, doesn't matter. As long as the beat is hard, you won't have anything to worry about. Just get the fine tuning of your sound and your style down, and go ahead and just continue to work on your actual craft and build that, and just build on your actual sound. So we're gonna move on to the next sound that we got, which is a bell. Now this bell I really like a lot because it kind of sounds like an art type of bell, but it doesn't. But it sounds like a pad at the same time. It's just a different type of bell. It's pretty cool. I like using this one. So let's go ahead and get started. To me, that sounds like an ice cream truck. Like that sounds like you hear the ice cream man pulling up. He got all them cold ice creams and popsicles and things. For whatever reason, that just reminds me of my childhood of hearing the ice cream truck driving through the neighborhood. Sounds just like it to me. So if you notice, like it's just a reoccurring thing. Like I have one type of tinker toy type of melody, something that sounds like something in a video game. Then I just build upon that one particular sound and add complementary sounds that sound the same. So if I'm going for that dark, eerie type of vibe, you just want to build off of that, use some of the same notes, and you maybe even a portion of the pattern from the original melody that you made. But just make sure everything's in key, make sure everything sounds concise and constructed, and just continue to go on from there. So our next step is, we add hi-hats. These hi-hats are a little bit more elaborate than what I normally show you guys, but even this is not nothing spectacular, crazy. Just regular, simple hi-hat pattern, nothing too spectacular. Then we got your clap. I use the same couple claps every beat. I mean, it's just a clap. You can't really go wrong. Just have good quality sounds like I've mentioned before. Then we got our snare, nothing crazy. Oh, I didn't mean to do all that, so let's go back. A secondary snare. Then you got your 808 pattern. What you want to do with your 808s is give them kind of like a bounce or a feel to them, almost like the best way I've always kind of explained it to people. If you really want to know if you got a good 808 pattern or if it sounds good, the test that I always do is just play the 808s by itself, and then I kind of pretend like I'm standing outside of a club, right, or outside of a bar, or outside of any type of event, music event, and I pretend that all I'm hearing is just like the bass and the thud, of the 808, kind of like when you're outside of a club or whatever. You can only hear the bass or the 808. You can't really tell what's going on, the words being said, or maybe the melodies, but you can tell the bass is hitting, and you can kind of tell like, oh, that it's going hard in there. They're going crazy. They're having a good time. When you kind of get that vibe just off of the 808 hitting, that's kind of when you know you're in that right direction of making kind of like a hit song, or like a popular song, or something that is going to be palatable, something easy for any artist or rapper to get on, because anybody can just catch a vibe to it. So as producers, I think we kind of forget the idea, like, or we forget to think about, we're producers. We don't rap. We're not, most producers don't rap or anything like that. Most producers just kind of make beats, do their own thing. Lots of producers are usually techie type people and are into just different things. They're kind of a different group of people. So lots of times, the way that I think about it in my head is, if I can make something palatable as far as song wise, with just like freestyling over the beat or something like that while I'm making it, and I'm able to do it, and I'm not a rapper, and you're able to do it also too, and you're not a rapper, 100% a rapper, a rapper can hop on it. But if you yourself are kind of having trouble to pick it up, you're not a rapper. You know what I mean? So you can't don't beat yourself up too much if you're not able to pick up on it. But just being able to hum something, nod your head to it, and kind of just and you can tell like that's how somebody would rap to it, like kind of making a flow. If you're able to do that, then you've made a successful beat to turn into a successful song. Because if you got to think again, you're not the qualified rapper, so but you can make a song to it. If you're able to do that, the qualified rapper should be able to blow you out the water. So that's kind of how I test myself. If I'm able to make something palatable and make a song, or kind of just freestyle something and be like, okay, that's kind of hard, then I know that I made me a decent song or a decent beat. So obviously the next sound, crash, ain't nothing too crazy about it. Then you put all this together and you got slimy licks. So this is kind of like a Slime Dollaz type beat to me. I could really hear him on this, just because it's kind of like that weird type of offbeat but on beat type of sound, and he kind of raps like that with that type of style, like that talking but rapping at the same time style. I feel like this would be a good beat for him to kind of snap on. I might try to send it to him and see what's up. So we're gonna hit play and kind of see what's up with it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. So that's it. Just layer it out, structure it, put all your song or sounds and everything together. Mix it, master it, do whatever you do to it. Add your little sauce, your little drip, everything you need to. Throw some tags in there. lay it out, and you're done. That's the end of that. If you want to see me make this whole entire beat, again, everything, all my beats from start to finish, from scratch, are all on Patreon. If you want to check those out, if you guys want some extra help, some tips and tricks, go there. If you got some other questions or anything else, or any comments, any concerns, or anything, if you hate the beat, if you love the beat, you want to buy the beat, you want me to take it down, whatever it is, it does not matter. Leave comments in the comment section and saying how you feel about me, or even the tutorials or anything like that. Any criticism or anything, I'm open to anything. I just want to kind of improve my content and improve what I'm giving to you guys. So from here, man, this is it. So if you guys got any more questions, drop them in the comment section. Follow me on all my social medias as Milan Makes Beats, and see you next time.